Hello and welcome back to Damnable Delvings, where I delve into the damnable world of horror media. Today it is another Abominable Book Club unboxing video. It's a full guts subscription box of horror books. Here it is, the Abominable Book Club. I think the sticker on here has changed a little bit, I'm not sure, but I could be wrong about that. Abominable Book Club. So, as you can see, this is still sealed. I have still yet to find any kind of particularly horror appropriate way of opening the box, but what I do have is this knife, which is over 30 years old, which dates back a long time in my history. When I used to be a chef, this was a knife I used on a daily basis, and now I shall use it for opening a box. So here we go, let's see what we have in here. Let us unseal it together in a safe way. Let's put that somewhere where it is safe, because one of the things you learn as a chef is knife safety, a lesson often ignored in horror movies. So let's open this box up, and you will get to see alongside me what is in here. I can see something round on the top there already. Let's pop this down and have a look and see what we have inside this month's Abominable Book Club. We have here Coffee from the Black Lagoon. I think this is some form of coaster. Take it out, nice and speedy, so we don't lose that valuable engagement that apparently is what all the YouTubers are after these days. There we go. Yes, it's kind of like a rubbery mat. Coffee from the Black Lagoon there, featuring a creature that I believe is now known as Gillman, one of the great Universal monsters, or the one that has the least movies. There's only two Black Lagoon movies, two Monster from the Black Lagoon, Creature from the Black Lagoon movies, where you can't move for Frankensteins and Draculas, can you? So, pop that down, very nice. We have here a book. Let's do the books today because they're on the top. The Dead Take a Train, from Cassandra Core and Richard Kadrey. I've not read any Cassandra Core, but I have read some Richard Kadrey. It looks like they've written this together. New York is a hell of a town. Great cover, I'm loving that. Look, that sort of weird monster tentacle tooth Statue of Liberty thing there. I loved The Dead Take the A Train. I loved The Dead Take the A Train. Strange, visceral, urban fantasy with a horror bent, said V.E. Schwab. I've read V.E. Schwab, a very good author. Julie Cruz is a coked-up, burnt-out 30-something who packs a lot of magic into her small body. She's been trying to establish herself in an NYC magic scene, and she'll work the most gruesome gigs to claw her way to the top. Julie is desperate for a quick career boost to break the dead-end grind, but her pleas draw the attention of an eldritch god who is hungry for revenge. Her power grab sets up a deadly chain of events that puts her closest friends, and the entire world, directly in the path of annihilation. The first explosive adventure in the Carrion City duology, The Dead Take the A-Train, fuses Core's cosmic horrors and Kadrey's gritty fantasy into a full-throttle thrill ride straight into New York's magical underbelly. Well, it sounds like it's a kind of a sort of horror meets urban fantasy, and as those are kind of my two favourite genres of book, I think I should probably enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to that one. Let's see what else we have here then. Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. Yeah. Nice cover. Doesn't really scream horror, but how many horror books do these days? You'll be the death of me, says the tagline at the top. A timely, terrifying, heartfelt thriller, said Chris Whitaker. Tense and thrilling, said Heat. Shockingly real, twisty and dark, said The Independent. The feminist update to Rosemary's Baby we all needed, said Andrea Bartz. Perfectly terrifying and terrifyingly perfect, said Janice Hallett. I wanted this baby so badly, but she may be the death of me. Anna Alcott is desperate to have a family, but as she tries to balance her public life as an actress with a grueling IVF regime, she starts to suspect that someone is going to great lengths to make sure that never happens. Medicines are lost. Appointments are moved. She's sure she's being followed, and when she finally does get pregnant, someone steals the precious ultrasound photograph of her baby. But despite everything she's gone through, not even her husband is willing to believe that someone is playing twisted games with her. Then her doctors, so this is a trigger warning about just what I've just read ahead there, a trigger warning which does deal with difficulties with pregnancy and miscarriage, so if that's a problem, just skip on a little bit. The doctors tell her she's lost the baby. Despite her grief, she ignores them because she can still feel the baby moving. She can see the toll it's taking on her body. Isolated in a remote snowbound town, Anna is sure that whoever has been following her is closing in on her and her unborn child. As her symptoms become more terrifying, she can't help but wonder what exactly is growing inside of her, and why no one will listen when she says that something is horribly wrong. That sounds very interesting. It's a funny thing, isn't it? I was recently, 2 films have come out with similar sorts of storylines. There was The First Omen and Immaculate, both of which deal with sort of like people being forced into situations of becoming pregnant for some nefarious purpose. But it's interesting to notice that horror is featuring a lot more stories to do with women losing their bodily autonomy, and you can't help but feel that has maybe something to do with a lot of changes that are happening, particularly in America, in sort of the legal system, and particularly around freedom of choice and things like that. And I think maybe we'll see more of this kind of story and more of that kind of story in the future as time goes on, because much like science fiction, horror tends to reflect and exaggerate the society that we're currently in. But on a jollier note, let's move on and see what treats and foods and things we have in here. So today, the treat is Knorr chocolate, Black Forest Gâteau milk chocolate, cherry flavoured milk chocolate with brownie pieces. I'm not a fan of fruit flavoured chocolate, but I'm pretty sure my wife will very much eat this for me, so that's nice. Hopefully it'll be a little bit nicer than the weird freeze-dried worms we had last time, which were not great. But my children enjoyed them, so you know, they've got weird taste. So we have our little bag of, I do beg your pardon, that was a dog. Well, we do have a bag of drinks. I'll whip through these quite quickly because they don't tend to change very much. Bag of Nescafe coffee, a Lion's coffee bag, very good, excellent if you're camping. A bag of everyday tea from Twinings. Twinings do make a lovely tea. A red berry and flower tea, ugh, but there's always someone who wants to drink it. And a hot chocolate, which my children will almost certainly steal off me and then force me to make for them. So that is the drinks that we have. And now I'll have a little pootle through, because obviously we do have a mystery book. It's definitely a paperback this time. Let me just see. I'm just trying to see if it feels. It is the more modern sized paperback, so it's unlikely to be a really old one. You know, the sort of the 80s horror. So I'm wondering if it's going to be. I'm going to guess that it's a thriller again this month. But I'm going to pop that to one side and see what else we have in here. So we have 2 Abominable Book Club stickers. We've got one from Richard Cadry and one from Cassandra Core, which means this, for the first time ever, I'm going to be putting both of these stickers into one book. That's exciting, isn't it? We also have a couple of bookmarks. This one says, Daddy, Mommy, unmake me. And on the other side, eyes. Oh, it's Longlegs, isn't it? It's the line from Longlegs when he's in the car. Nicolas Cage's creepy looking character. I just saw Longlegs quite recently and enjoyed it in a very slow burn, slightly weird, what's going on kind of way. And there's a little moment where my brain struggled to recall what that was from, but yes. And then we have a regular Abominable Book Club bookmark. Is there anything else in here before we move on to the mystery book? There is not. So that's the first time I think we've ever had a coaster in the box. So, well, since I've been having the box. So now we shall move on. Let's whip out my trusty old knife again and cut the string is cut. I try and keep the knife sharp because I do enjoy cooking. And we'll see what we have in here. I should open it in front of you, really, shouldn't I? Anyway, it is being opened. It is The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. Am I right in thinking C.J. Tudor wrote The Burning Girls? Feeling like they might have done. Oh, I'm not reading all those quotes out. Wowzers. And yet more. Like a double hardcover. It's like a double sort of paperback cover. C.J. Tudor was born in Salisbury and grew up in Nottingham, where she still lives with her partner and young daughter. The Chalk Man was her first novel. I'm pretty sure C.J. Tudor did write The Burning Girls, but let's have a quick look to see. I think this might be, it's from, gosh, the writing is very small, 2018. So it's about 6 years old. It does actually look like it's not been read. The spine is cute. Look, there's no title on it. It's just Little Chalk Man. I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that C.J. Tudor wrote The Burning Girls. Wonderfully creepy, like a cold blade on the back of your neck, said Lee Child, with a very nice little piece of simile there. If you like my stuff, you'll like this, said Stephen King, who never ever puts quotes on the covers of books. None of us ever agreed on the exact beginning. Was it when we started drawing the chalk figures, or when they started to appear on their own? Was it the terrible accident, or when they found the first body? Well, that doesn't give you a lot of idea of what the plot is about, but Val McDermid said that it was a labyrinthine tale that kept her guessing right until the very end. So lovely. I really enjoyed the TV series of The Burning Girls. I still haven't actually read the book of it, but I did enjoy the TV series. So that should be a good read, I would have thought. So there's an interesting mixture of things this month. 3 nice paperbacks. I do have a video to share. I recently went to a second-hand book fair that was run in a little church hall, and picked up quite a big stack of books. So I'll go through those again. I'll go through those at some point in the very near future. And I also managed to find a few little books in one of those sort of like book library phone boxes. Someone had turned an old red phone box into a book library to give away books, and I picked up a couple of little paperbacks in there. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything to put back in myself, but there is a little book library that's quite near me at the moment that I haven't had a look at for a while, so I might pop in there and drop in a few old children's books that we don't need anymore and see if I can find anything there. But so that will be another video that's coming in the near future. I'm going to try and get some more reviews on as well, but until then, that's been me. It's been a quick one this time because I'm riddled with cold, but I'll see you next time. Remember to read horror books, watch horror movies, enjoy horror media, and most of all, stay creepy, unless you don't want to.